And I did call him during the season, and we discussed him coming back. And I think both of us agreed, based on our lineup versus Miami, it was a good thing he stayed and didn't come.
That was Sean Payton, head coach of the Saints, from the day that he announced his resignation as head coach of the team. He arrived in 2006. That same year, Drew Brees arrived as the quarterback after those doctors in Miami. Doctor doesn't know his ass from a glass of sand, as Nick Saban now explains it, refused to pass Drew Brees on a physical after shoulder surgery. The Saints did. The rest is history. History could be repeating itself, although I don't think it's very likely. First of all, we say good morning. Second of all, we say Drew Brees tweeted last night he may play football again. I fell out of my chair, Christopher.
Yeah, I don't know if I got that to that point. I mean, like, I didn't take it like that. Drew Brees, I'm not going to cancel anything out from the great Drew Brees. I mean, I understand he did have the itch a little bit towards the end of the football season, as we saw Sean Payton there. And I do think, to what we know and being around Drew, that he seriously contemplated that. He did. He thought, maybe I come out here and just, save the day, be Superman, get the Saints through a tough stretch here, get in the playoffs. Who knows? I do think he flirted with that. But at the same time, I don't get that feeling from yesterday's, tweet on social media about, where his next move is or anything like that. I don't know. I took it more as, wait, everybody's going to speculate about my life, and there's this, I'm breaking up with NBC and won't be on TV for them anymore. And I think he's just basically saying, like, hey, stop with all the rumors. I'll figure out what the hell I want to do. I got plenty of options. I don't need anybody writing press to tell me what the hell I'm doing. And I think that's what he was just letting everybody know, that he's got plenty of things on his plate, and he can go any direction he wants. I feel like he was almost taking power back from the media a little bit with that tweet to a degree.
Let's set this up, though, so people can properly understand the context. First of all, we set the show up. It's PFT Live. Had to stop and think what the name of the show is. It's PFT Live. We're on Peacock, Sirius XM 85. Hello to our good friends in the UK and Ireland, enjoying the program on Sky Sports, unless this is one of the days where either A, it's not on at all, or 2, you can't find it on the various Sky Sports menu options. But what happened yesterday was Andrew Marchand of the New York Post reported that Drew and NBC are parting ways. And since Chris and I value our employment with NBC, that's all we're going to say about that piece of it. And really, we don't know anything. They only wake us up for the unimportant meetings. We're not in on any of this stuff. People think that I know everything that's going on at NBC, at every facet and wrinkle, at every network owned by Comcast. And sometimes I act like I do just for fun, but I don't know anything. Chris doesn't know anything. But I do know this. Marchand didn't speculate. All due respect to Drew, there was no speculation here. I'm going to give him the same treatment I'd give anybody else who's reacting to news. Andrew Marchand was not speculating. He was reporting. There's a difference. Point one. Point two, when you respond to that report with a tweet that says this, despite speculation from media about my future this fall, I'm currently undecided. Okay, that's news. Currently undecided. That's news. I may work for NBC. That's serious.
Yeah.
I may play football again. Seems serious right after he says I may work for NBC. Then I may focus on business and philanthropy, easy for him to say. That's serious too. So you got a serious sandwich there. The meat in the serious sandwich, I may work for NBC and I may focus on business and philanthropy, is I may play football again. So, I mean, and then again, if we are nothing if not for the words that we use. I may work for NBC. I may play football again. I may focus on business and philanthropy. Those three all seem serious to me. If it's a joke, you know the Stallone gif where the joke goes over his head and he makes a Rocky face? That's me. That's me pretty much all the time, but that's definitely me here. If there's a joke, and first of all, we've well established that comedy is hard, but if there's a joke, I missed it. Now, it takes a turn after business and philanthropy when he says, I may train for the pickleball tour, although, hell, he can do anything he wants. That's the thing. It's hard to interpret any of it as a joke because Drew Brees is the ultimate athlete and competitor. He can do whatever he wants to do. If he wants to play pickleball, he'll probably be the best damn pickleball player that ever played, and I still don't know what the hell pickleball is. It's like a hybrid of tennis and ping pong. It's like humans were shrunk and they're standing on a ping pong table. That's my I need to learn. Part of me thinks I need to learn more about pickleball, and part of me doesn't want to. Senior golf tour. Coach my kids or all of the above. I'll let you know. So if it's tongue-in-cheek, it's not.
It doesn't get more tongue-in-cheek than that. I don't know if it really gets more tongue-in-cheek than that. I don't.
But Chris, I may play football again. You got to make it more clear if you're joking. Okay, that's my point. If he's joking, it's not nearly as clear as it needs to be. And maybe he would be good at everything he tries except writing comedy. Maybe that's the asterisk I should put on the end of that statement. Because if there is a joke, I missed it.
Well, I don't think it's a joke.
There's a couple things in there that seem...
It's snarky. You can relate to
I know
snarky.
No. I know snarky. This isn't snarky. You can't just
It's not a
suddenly
joke.
turn
I mean,
snarky.
it's not that. I mean, it's not serious. I don't look at it
Okay,
as
you don't
serious.
think he means it, though. You don't think he means it.
No, I don't think he means it at all.
When he says I may work... Let's break it down. When he says I may work for NBC, do you think that's serious
Well,
or
I
not?
think there's still a possibility there.
Okay.
Again, I don't know the exact details of that, and what's going on with maybe NBC at Notre Dame, that aspect of it, but I'm clueless.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you take him seriously.
Right.
When he says I may work for NBC, you take him seriously. That's my point.
Sure.
Right?
There, I don't know. I just don't know enough of those details there. I guess that's
when
just
he
the part.
says, well, he can share as much as he wants.
Sure,
Again,
I know.
Look,
It's just for it to come out on the day of the Andrew Marquand report. I mean, that's where I go into, wait, I'm being boxed into a corner a little bit about what I'm doing with my life here. And it probably got released maybe, and Drew Brees didn't like that. The fact that it got released publicly, I don't know. Maybe there was no finality to it. Again, I don't know these little things. But for it to come out then.
And NBC, look, he's clearly reacting to the report, not speculation. Again, it's not speculation. It's a report. It is a fact being reported by Andrew Marchand. Could be wrong, could be right, but it's a report. It's not speculation. It's not somebody sitting around in front of a microphone saying, gee, I wonder what Drew Brees is going to do this year.
Right.
It is a report
from a guy who knows a lot in
published,
that business. Yes.
And a guy who's broken a lot of stories this offseason.
Right.
And again, we're not commenting on the relationship between Brees and NBC because, number one, we don't know, and number two, we value our own relationship with NBC. But my point is this. I can't tell what he's serious about and what he's not serious about. And he says, I may work for NBC, I take him seriously. He says, I may focus on business and philanthropy, I take him seriously. I may play football again. Well, he thought about playing football last year for the Saints. And I look at some of the guys who are slated to be week one starters, and I say, well, okay, Drew's 43, but Tom Brady's 45. And, well, Drew's 43, can't throw it deep. Well, he can run that offense still. And now he's got Jarvis Landry, Chris Olave, Volare, Jarvis Landry, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara. I don't know. I don't know what to think, but I do know what he said. And now we see where it goes from here. He put the ball on the tee, whether he's doing it tongue-in-cheek, whether he's doing it seriously, within the context of the tweet that he posted last night in direct reaction to the report, not speculation, that he's leaving NBC. I don't know what to make of it other than what. And this isn't a guy who's got a reputation for playing around on Twitter. He doesn't do that. He's very straight-laced when it comes to what he says. So his history in the public eye causes me to take what he says seriously because he doesn't come off as a guy that's going to be jokey and snarky and funny. And for all of a sudden to take that turn last night, it's just a lot to digest. Now, Peter King adds in Football Morning in America that someone with knowledge of Brees, and we're not allowed to speculate on sources, but I have a feeling that his first name rhymes with Sean, said that Brees isn't playing again. And I don't expect him to. But all I know is what he said. And, it's a tough spot to be put in. I know when someone else is is trying to set the agenda on what your life is going to be, or someone has gotten in a hold of information about what you're planning to do and you don't get to do it on your own terms. It may have been his reaction to the fact that he didn't get to do it on his own terms. I don't know. But regardless,
that's what we do know. We do know. So you're explaining it. Is the guy? So you know he's not into comedy. He's usually not snarky on social media. We do know he likes to control his own destiny. 100%. His own narrative around that. 100% too. And that's why, again, every rumor in the world this offseason, I don't care NBC or not, is Drew Brees wants to announce football games on TV. That's all you hear from anybody in any network anywhere connected with it. So I got to think that's still the number one thing on his radar. To me, that report with Andrew Marchand, I believe was more of what you're talking about. He's taken back the narrative a little bit. He didn't maybe like how it was released there. But there's too many rumors about, hey, Fox maybe doing the games there and being a part of the second team and all of that. And then, hey, we're talking about a guy who's truly competitive and everything there too. This all comes on the heels of, hey, we're going to give a $375 million to a guy who has never announced the game, and he's guaranteed to be the number one guy. So I can see that, pissing off Drew Brees a little too, going, wait, that's going on, and this got released maybe before he wanted to or before he's exactly figured out, and then that leads into, hey, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, everybody out there, but pump the freaking brakes. I may play football. I may work for NBC. I'm Drew Brees. I can do a lot of different things. Kiss my butt. I'm out of here. That's kind of the way I took it.
You're kind of coming around to my way of thinking that in the moment he was serious about it because, number one, I can do what I want to do. Number two, I will do what I want to do. And number three, I will let everyone know. Not anybody else, but I will let everyone know what it is.
Yeah, I think there's some of that for sure.
So,
but I don't take the football thing serious as of yet. I don't. I'm never going to cancel it out. It is Drew Brees. I understand that. And, yes, we've seen the tweets about the players, and I'm sure he still can go play and put up some numbers and do some things for that football team. There's no doubt about it. But I just feel like it's one of those where the way it was unfolded and came out, I've heard zero rumors or anything of the, nature of him coming out of retirement to do this. Man, he's discussed a lot about, his family and how happy they were to have him around and not dealing with playing and the pressure of that and everything there as well. So I don't know. Just the facts that I know, knowing him a little bit from the last season and talking ball with him, I would be surprised to see him come back and play football.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.